As we conclude this annual retreat, where we interrogate the performance of the ministry prior, where we interrogate what we want to do in the coming year, and ultimately we come up with the ministers. I think it's for the first time the minister's performance contract, and also the secretary's performance contract. On the 14th of October, the President, His Excellency Dr. Anxious Masuka, did say that the second term of the Second Republic had to accomplish certain things ethically, with speed, with alacrity. So I hope that this has been the mood preventing the discussions, candid, honest, when diversity of opinion is allowed, because that is enriching in itself. I've also been told that parastatals, chairpersons, chairmen, chairladies, and their CEOs have been here for the whole week, which shows that the president's mantra, the whole of government approach, is beginning to be implemented with the whole of ministry, department, and agencies approach. And I dare say that we need a whole of sector approach. The people that we are planning for are in Lotito. The people that we are planning for are in Pinga, and have no representation. We think what we have planned is good for them. I look forward to next year, where some of their representatives can also be here, so that they can see the planning process. They might not be as intellectually gifted as you are, but they will be able to see, associate with the planning process, and they will be able to relate back to their constituencies, that when they see the architect's officer, the foot soldier on the ground, they know that they are a result, a product of this studious inquiry and investigative approach to arriving at objective matrices, parameters to measure our performance. So I look forward to seeing them and to welcoming them. The President has said so many things, but more importantly about his Vision 2030, and that his second term is about leaving a legacy. One of those legacies is, of course, Road Development 8.0, which is a package of presidential interventions. Because they are presidential interventions, they mean leaving no money, no place behind. It means that they must be outcome-oriented and impact-based, so that when we implement, we know that these people are on the road to Vision 2030. So now everyone is seeing food security everywhere, every day. That is what we want to achieve. That is what we want to be known for. That is what this phase, this generation, for people that are in this very strategic ministry, that is what you live, the history. That is our legacy. Establishing perennial food security for the nation, every day, everywhere, away from the episodic weather-determined food security escapades of the past. But of course, we must prepare for the rainy day and the drier day through the strategic grain reserve intervention, which is why Cabinet, in its wisdom, is increasing the strategic grain reserve to 1.5 million metric tons, made up of maize, 1.2 million, and traditional grains, 300,000. And in its wisdom, Cabinet recently agreed to establish a wheat strategic grain reserve of 250,000. We celebrate, as we must, accomplishments, achievements, milestones. But to achieve Vision 2030, every record in agricultural production must be exceeded. Makambozwa muriya yaiti daitaitiwa ita digiri touraya ng'ombe dai kwedu dzakapera. Zvino dai taiti ezvino totakuita forward seagriculture tikangoita historical record to celebrate, tinogara takata kwazvo. Records must be beaten because it's part of the strategy. To achieve Vision 2030, we must exceed 3.2 million metric tons of maize. To build a 250,000 400,000 metric tons strategic grain reserve of wheat. We must go beyond 440,000 metric tons that we're producing this year. We won't celebrate, we will say it's part of it. We will recognize it in the moment to celebrate it in the more office. So when you see me not congratulating you often, when you beat records in sorghum, in sunflower, and all that, I think it's routine, because I expect that of you. We must beat all livestock records. 8 people had so many. Now, it's not about that. Vision 2030 must be translated by this ministry, because we are the ministry that carries the load. 9.1 million Zimbabweans, 62% of the population, who daily make their living from agriculture, subsistence agriculture, for that matter. In the next 5 years, they must not become just mere spectators in economic development. They must be participants, because they will have done agriculture differently, because it is agriculture that they know, it is agriculture that must power them out of poverty. So what you're going to be doing in the next 12 months is transformation. Every day as you wake up, you must wake up as this transformational agent to assure this nation of food security every day, everywhere. There will be challenges, there will be impediments, but so is the path to development. It's not as smooth. In fact, if it is smooth, those of us that are challenge-oriented would turn back. In the past, I used to say, kana muri number one, muchivanga na vanhu, movasiya vanenge zvamakaita mukaita number one. Vanhu vanenge vachiona guruva, vachiziva kuti kumberi kweguruva kuno munhu. Ko vakasaona guruva, vanobva vatogara pasi kuti ko wasara sure. Rwendo runo munoti munovanga voona guruva ropera nokuti munai maenda mberisa. That's the speed that we must pick from here, starting now, to implement. The other outcome is the agriculture, food systems and rural transformation strategy, where the president in August 2020 said we're going to be an $8.2 billion industry. Now we think we'll be a $13.75 billion industry. I think that's conservative. I look at these faces, I look at these minds, I think we have a great team. P.S. The president on the 14th of October renamed PSCs, the permanent secretaries, are the chief operating officers of ministries, the workbenches from which the direction of the ministry is articulated. So I look forward to working with you more closely.
Do you have a story, picture, video to share? Welcome to the Sunday News Citizen Journalism Corner. Contact us on editor@sundaynews.co.zw or send a WhatsApp message to +263 771 510 997.